Hi, I think I've been teasing you long enough with this and it's finally time for this video. Some of you have suspected it and some of you will be confused, but yes, I am a trans woman. I've been transitioning for quite a while now, so I wasn't joking when I said years ago that I got bit by a radioactive catgirl and I started turning into one too. Or when I said I'm reworking myself, or when I said I became a god girl. Quite a lot of you already asked me if I'm trans, since I was quite obvious about it lately. And some of you might have seen some of my posts on Reddit, where I've been spamming for quite a while now. I'm making this video as an explanation. I don't expect this video to blow up since it's a bit of an off-topic video on a channel with 2000 leaked videos. But I want to be finally out everywhere, to stop using my old voice and change the channel name and stop pretending I'm someone I'm not. The content won't change, it will still be a league news channel. But with boobs now. I'll just enjoy making the videos more, the same way I enjoy living life now, and won't have to give myself dysphoria while editing them and listening to my old voice or seeing my dead name everywhere. YouTube is the last place I still hid this part of me. In my life, people call me Remina or Remy for short and refer to me as she and her. I went with a similar name, approved by my mom too, since it's still me, the person I've always been on the inside, just happy, and the exterior is better matching the interior now. I'm sure you all have questions like what does being trans even mean and what is it like? I will try to answer the most important points. And I'm sure some of you will be mean or transphobic, just know that if you do that, I will eat your soul. Alright, so, I know I will get a ton of questions, so I will try to address the most important and common ones, so I don't have to keep responding to the same questions 100 times. I am on HRT for over a year now, so estrogen and testosterone blockers that make you basically go through a second puberty and expect all the changes a cis person would get from it. And I'm still changing, this isn't even my final form yet. The voice doesn't change on its own, I had to train it and I'm still working on it. That's where doing the catgirl voice for a while helped too. I've done laser hair removal on my face and my entire body, and yes, I will be getting the surgery soon too, alongside the Madame Apple shape. Maybe by the time you watch this video, I already got that done. As for my story about being trans, I knew something was wrong ever since I was around 6 or 7. Then at 15 I found out what that meant, and got scared from all the hate and transphobia and misinformation everywhere. So I just tried to suppress, ignore, deny, bargain and wrestle with those feelings for many years, until it almost killed me. I wouldn't be here anymore had I not finally started transitioning 2 years ago at 27. My only regret is not starting a lot sooner, and I would have started a lot sooner if we lived in a better world and a better society, since that was not living. The constant anguish of dysphoria, depression and anxiety, and the struggle to cope with life in every moment of every day is finally gone. I might not always be happy, and I might still sometimes be dysphoric about certain aspects, but I'm alive and content to be. And now problems feel worth solving instead of feeling stuck playing a random champion that you don't want to play instead of your main, and feeling like a noob. So, what is gender dysphoria? To use a leak metaphor, imagine you queue for your preferred role, but you get autofilled as your least favorite role, let's say jungle, every single game. Everyone else gets to play the roles they want to play and the champions they enjoy, but you are stuck being forced into a role you don't like or want to play, and have to play a champion you're not comfortable with. Living with dysphoria is similar to that, and it affects every social and legal mechanism in your life and your own body too, especially when puberty starts. You can try to play the role for a while and attempt to fulfill the role forced upon you, but that can't last forever, because that is not really living, it's an act. I don't want to pretend to be a Rengar jungle forever. I just want to be a Kali on mid and have fun and be good at it. We don't fully understand how or why it happens, but we know it is biological. The body develops in the opposite direction than the brain, and since you can change the brain, like people tried with conversion therapy and torture, you can change the body to bring it as close as possible to the blueprint that your mind has about how you should feel and look like. And we are born this way, you don't magically become trans when you turn a certain age. If you are trans, you were always trans. When you realize that you are and decide to transition is the only thing that differs. So the sooner you start, the better usually, and the less damage and suffering you will have to endure. I really wish I could have started many years ago with puberty blockers to prevent all that pain from happening in the first place, from going through the wrong puberty first. I was always a girl, and we are not a different species. Trans women are women, and trans men are men. It can feel like a lose-lose situation before starting. I even had long lists of pros and cons of transitioning, and was worried that I would lose my friends, family, privilege, respect and channel if I did it. But if I didn't start, I would be dead by now. And even if I wouldn't be dead, then I wasn't living anyway. And coming out on YouTube has been the part that scares me the most. It's a lot of people to come out to at the same time, and I've been thinking about this moment for years. It's one of the last major things I need to do, and I am a little worried about how you will all react. So far I didn't have any major issues in my transition, so you guys better be nice and not mess this up for me. I also had lists of signs for being trans when I was still in denial and scared to do anything. But just making a list of signs of being trans is already a very trans thing to do. Cis people don't think about that, at least not all the time every single day. And it's hard to focus on anything else when such a crucial part of yourself is always on your mind. If you are curious of what I had on that list, there were dozens of signs written there. But a few of the main ones were things like always prefer playing as female characters in games, relating to female characters in movies and shows and wanting to be them, never liked male clothing and thought it was very boring, never liked my genitals, always hated body and facial hair and every masculine feature I ever had, always liked having long hair, feeling angry towards every girl I liked, feeling uncomfortable when people referred to me as a boy or man or using my male pronouns or my dead name, and so on. And all of those give you a lot of constant and massive distress. I also had some worries that I wasn't trans enough or girly enough, or being afraid that I would look bad or not pass, or that I waited too long and I should have started sooner. But that was just the fear and denial speaking. Therapy helped a lot in dealing with those fears too. And the more you wait before transitioning, the worse it generally gets. For me, it started getting really bad when puberty started and seeing all those changes that I hated. And then the dysphoria and depression and anxiety just got worse and worse every year. And then just one day of HRT helped me more than years of therapy or years of being on antidepressants. Since none of those were curing the source of my pain like HRT did, it was the biggest relief of my life. Just knowing I can finally start and move in the right direction instead of breaking more and more every day, and fixing that chemical imbalance in my brain and feeling like I finally run on the right fuel. And no, being trans isn't a choice. The choice is to transition and fully be yourself, or linger in misery until you die. And I did get to the point of transition or die until I finally started. I used to not be able to look in the mirror without crying, or would always avoid being in pictures or on camera, and would only take pictures to apply a gender swap filter on them. And now I look even better than the filters did. That's why I only used my voice for so many years in videos too, even if that also made me uncomfortable. But now I take selfies almost every day and actually like what I see when I see myself. And I like dressing up and doing my makeup and buying new clothes. And don't feel like a zombie on autopilot, trying to distract myself with video games all day and disassociating into them. I've been posting on Reddit so much, even made an Instagram for the first time recently. I might even start streaming soon or show up in videos more often now that I can look at myself without crying. And no, I don't have an OnlyFans. Yet. You can even see from my timelines, comparing the few pictures I had before with recent ones, how depressed and miserable I looked before, and how much happier and confident and even younger I look now. Taking estrogen and not being depression incarnate turns you into your own hotter sister apparently. It didn't even help me just physically, it helped me with my feelings and emotions too, and I'm no longer feeling dead inside and like I just want to die anymore like I used to. It also helped me be able to experience love for the first time, both for myself and for others, since I couldn't feel it before. I even found the love of my life, and I wouldn't have met her had I not started transitioning. And yeah, I guess double coming out. I'm also a lesbian. But you guys can still sim for me. I'm a YouTuber after all, so of course I'm an attention whore. Reddit helped a lot too, since I didn't have a community here in this amazing country. I found a lot of people going through the same struggles I did, and even some funny subreddits with memes like EggIRL that helped me in my early days. So if you are going through something similar to what I used to go through, or not even that, but just depression or struggles, no, it is never too late to solve them, and you can ask for help. You can get out of that dark pit and solve your problems. You just need to try. I lost one of my best friends last year to depression, and I feel like I carry him with me. So I don't want to ever give up, and neither should you. You are not alone, and you can get through this if you persist until you get your shot. And not necessarily an estrogen shot, although that's what did it for me. So yeah, I'm a lot better now, and I'm glad to finally be out everywhere and be done or in the process of being done with all the major things I had planned to do. Hopefully I helped you better understand this, and you will stick with me moving forward, and showed you that we are people too and deserve to exist and be ourselves, even when so many people don't want us to exist, or are actively trying to take away our rights or spread hate about us without even knowing us, and with right-wingers painting us to be the scapegoats of the decade and make our mere existence political. If you made it this far, thanks a lot for watching. This was the hardest video I've ever had to make, but also the one that I'm most excited to finally get out. And leave a like or I will bite you and turn you into a catgirl too. Meow! Meow! Meow!